What if the person flirting with you in an elevator had been watching you for months and tonight he made sure you'd never leave his side? Stay till the end because the way this one twist will completely change how you see everything that happens in the first 10 minutes. It's a Friday night and Jennifer is still stuck at her desk, one of the only people left in the office. She's supposed to be on a flight to New York in a few hours, heading out to surprise her ex-fiancé for Valentine's weekend. Before she leaves, she quickly types out an email to him, grabs a handful of candy from her drawer and rushes out, worried about missing her flight. At the same moment, a man named Guy is also wrapping up his day. Both of them reach the elevator at the same time. Jennifer needs to go down to the 49th floor. Guy is heading to the 42nd. The doors close and Guy immediately starts making small talk, cracking jokes, trying to get a conversation going. Jennifer isn't really interested, giving short replies. He even points out an old etching scratched into the wall of the elevator, and that's when everything stops. The elevator jerks to a halt. Guy tries every button, the alarm, the emergency key. Nothing responds even though the lights are still on. He tries prying the doors open. Nothing. They wave frantically at the security camera mounted in the corner, certain someone is watching. No one replies. To make things worse, there's no phone signal at all because they're trapped 4 floors underground. Jennifer starts panicking about her flight, wondering out loud where on earth building security even is. 15 minutes pass. They scream for help, bang on the doors, silence. Guy has an idea. Maybe there's an escape hatch above them. Jennifer awkwardly climbs onto his shoulders to check the ceiling, but her hand just meets solid metal. No way out. He sets her back down. An hour ticks by and reality hits Jennifer. She's not making that flight. Guy keeps trying to lighten the mood with jokes, but she snaps, cursing the whole situation. Eventually the tension breaks and they introduce themselves properly, falling into the same easy banter Guy had started the moment he stepped in. Her water's run out, so he offers his own bottle, then jokes they should just crack open the bottle of wine he happens to be carrying instead. Turns out they both have bottle openers in their bags, which sends them into laughter. They don't open the wine yet, but she does take his water. She shares some of her candy with him too, though she insists on rationing it just in case they're still in here by Tuesday. 4 hours in and Jennifer really has to go. She's mortified at the thought of doing it in front of a stranger. Guy, trying to help, suggests the corner or her thermos. Humiliated but desperate, she makes him close his eyes, cover his ears, and even sing so he can't hear anything. It works. Afterward, she adds her own mark to the drawing scratched into the wall. As the hours crawl on, they start opening up. Guy admits nobody would even notice he's missing. He's buried himself in work with nothing else in his life. Jennifer says the same is true for her. She confesses the real reason for this trip: to win back the man who left her, hoping he'd want her back too, even though deep down she's not sure he does. Guy decides it's finally time for that wine. They toast to still being alive. Later, bored and getting closer, they start sketching each other. That's when Guy admits something. He'd actually seen her around the office before tonight. He kept quiet about it because he didn't want to come across as some creep who'd been watching her. She takes it surprisingly well, even laughing it off. They compare their drawings. Hers is playful and teasing, his is far more serious. She snaps a photo of it, joking she'll make it her new profile picture if they somehow make it out alive. Starving and trying to distract themselves from the hunger, they play a game where Guy has to pick topics for them to talk about. Jennifer chooses the dirtiest place he's ever hooked up. He's hesitant, so she goes first, telling him about an old college fling in a library. When it's his turn, he claims he doesn't have a good story until she pushes him to just make one up. He tells her about a woman at a work event who started undressing in his car while he was driving. He admits it turned him on, but he had to pull over. He apologizes, worried he's overstepped, but she brushes it off. Something shifts. Guy leans in, kisses her, and it goes further. They end up sleeping together, right there in the elevator. Afterward, he tells her he thinks he could fall for her. She pulls away instantly. She's honest, she still wants her ex back, and this was just something to pass the time, nothing real. Guy doesn't take it well. He insists there's something between them, that her ex doesn't even deserve her. She gets furious, telling him that the second they're free, they go back to being strangers. He keeps pushing, insisting they were meant to find each other, and then he breaks down crying, saying he feels invisible even while they're trapped together in this tiny box. And then, right in front of her, something in him changes completely. He tells her the truth. His name isn't Guy. He never worked where he claimed to. In fact, he's seen her every single day. He pulls out his phone and shows her a folder of security footage. Timestamps, dates, her walking into this exact elevator over and over. Jennifer's blood runs cold. He is the building's security guard, and nobody, he says bitterly, ever notices people like him. She didn't even recognize him, despite walking past his desk constantly. He believes he knows her better than the man she's flying across the country for, and then he confesses he planned this entire night. He pulls out a key and unlocks the elevator controls. Jennifer, horrified, tells him she's calling the police, that he's going to prison. That sets him off. He lunges at her, and they fight. She manages to snap the elevator key in the struggle, then knocks him out cold with her shoe. Panicking that she's killed him, she moves closer to check, and he springs awake, slamming her down. Both of them black out. When Jennifer wakes up, he's already conscious, watching her. She demands to know why he did this. His answer: he wanted her isolated from everything else so they could actually connect. His answer is chilling. He'd rather kill her than go back to prison. He insists he never forced anything on her. She calls it exactly what it is: kidnapping. It sends him into a rage. When he settles, he digs into the gift bag Jennifer Jennifer packed for her ex. He notices the ceiling panel above the broken bulb. If he can pry it open, maybe they can finally climb out. He starts working the thermos into the seam, prying the panel loose. He tells Jennifer to boost him up so he can check the vent, promising he'll pull her up after. But she convinces him it'd be smarter the other way around. She doesn't have the strength to lift herself out alone. He hesitates, certain that if he lets her go first, she'll run straight to the police. She swears she won't, says everything he wants to hear, and he finally gives in, boosting her onto his shoulders and pushing her up into the shaft. She's out. He shouts up instructions to find the ladder and the exit door, relieved they've actually made it. Jennifer turns back and flips him off before disappearing, sending him into a fury. As she scrambles up the ladder, he's already found his own way out, tying pieces of clothing together and looping them over a support beam. She's almost at the door when he catches up to her level. He warns her to run because now he's going to kill her. She reaches the door first, throws it open, screaming for help, and he grabs her from behind, hauling them both crashing back down into the elevator. Everything goes black again. Jennifer wakes first and notices the fire sprinkler system above them. A plan forms instantly. She tries lighting a cigar to trigger the smoke alarm. When that doesn't work fast enough, she starts an actual small fire. Smoke fills the elevator and he jolts awake. She punches him hard enough to break his nose, then manages to tie him down with a strip of fabric. He warns her the fire alarm's broken too, that all they'll get is soaked and electrocuted. She threatens him, forcing a confession, then turns her phone camera on herself first, recounting everything she now knows. Then she turns it on him, demands his real name, John Deakins. He admits it all. He rigged the elevator to stop that Friday night on purpose, using his key while she wasn't looking. He even carved that etching into the wall himself ahead of time. She forces him to say the words, he trapped her, he kidnapped her. She keeps pressing and he spirals into a full confession. Every moment he heard her on camera. She asks why. He says simply that if he'd asked her out like a normal person, she'd have said no. Before the security job, he tells her he used to be an accountant, successful, respected. And the story about the girl in the car? True, except it didn't end the way he told it. He missed an exit, the car went off the road into a ravine, flipped 7 times before a tree stopped it. She died instantly. He only served 6 months, thanks to a good lawyer. When he got out, security work was the only job anyone would give him. After months of feeling erased, he wanted to feel like himself again, even briefly. Jennifer still can't understand why her, specifically. His answer, because she's great. Monday arrives and they're still trapped. Another guard, Eddie, brings his new girlfriend into the building to show off the roof view. Unable to find John anywhere, he checks the monitors and spots them both in the stalled elevator. Jennifer wakes up, begging him to get them out. Eddie agrees, heading down while his girlfriend dozes off on a couch upstairs. He pries the doors open with a crowbar. Jennifer moves to escape, but he steps back to open them fully first. In that instant, John knocks her unconscious. He tells Eddie he's there, hands over his own set of keys, claims they're not working. Eddie offers to climb in and help directly. He never gets the chance. The second he's inside, John reactivates the elevator and it cuts him in half. John knocks Jennifer out again, drags her to his car and stuffs her in the trunk. Back inside the building, he disposes of Eddie's body and clothing, cleans himself up, changes into his uniform, and slips a fresh cigar into his pocket like nothing happened. At the front desk, he wipes every second of security footage. Eddie's girlfriend wakes up looking for her boyfriend. John kills her too, dumping her body down the same shaft. Then he drives Jennifer to an isolated spot, pouring gasoline into a dumpster to finish what he started. Before opening the trunk, he tells her, almost gently, that he still cares about her, that it's a shame things couldn't have worked out differently. Jennifer plays dead. The moment he turns toward the dumpster, she strikes him, scrambles into the driver's seat, and floors it. She stops only when she spots the still-lit cigar sitting in the cup holder. Throwing the car into reverse, she slams it straight into him, sending him crashing into the dumpster. She steps out, calmly relights the cigar, and flicks it into the dumpster behind her, walking away as John burns alive.